You're ready to close out, and I told him I'm gonna let him see what you got on the plate over here. Oh yeah. So what you got?
Some mashed potatoes and gravy, some corn, and a little chicken patty.
Oh yeah, looks good, looks good. All right, I told him that the 30-day. Oh yeah, I told him that the 30-day barn/cabin bill is officially over.
Yeah.
And
Cabin bill.
exactly, now it's just gonna be the cabin bill. I told him it was fun while it lasted.
I'm a rolling
Yeah.
stone, bound to roam. Come the morning, or I'll be gone. Pouring rain, oh, to hear that train. There she comes. Won't you get on? Won't you get on board? Watch the trees, falling leaves, like the breeze. Won't you blow on? Take a sip, I'ma pack my grip. One more trip, and I'ma move on. I'ma move on. Across the track, don't look back. All the jack, won't you roll on? City lights, what blinds your eyes? Don't look twice, won't you go on?
It's I.A.G Farm. It's all about God. Today is the big day, y'all. It's day 30 on our 30-day cabin/barn bill, and you know it's gonna be a fun day today to see what all we can get done, to see what how far you can get and how far we can get in 30 days on trying to build a cabin, an off-grid cabin or a /barn. Because we always say cabin/barn because it's gonna be a cabin for us right now. But once we're done with it, we're gonna turn it into a barn that can be used for our farm and for our animals. Maybe storage, put hay in there or something like that. So we'll be using it for about 2 years, as our cabin while we build our house out here in front of me where you can't see on the other side of the camera. But I just wanted to kind of talk through, what we've done so far, on this cabin/barn bill. We started out on day one, digging the holes, and we pulled the tractor in, and we dug holes, and we put the dirt from the holes into the bucket of the tractor, and we loaded them on the trailer. Tim Jr. had the amazing idea to load the dirt, from the holes onto the trailer. And I encourage if you're digging holes, if you're doing this project the same as we did, and you're digging holes, to not put the dirt on the ground, because when the rain comes, and that's another thing. We thought that our biggest enemy or opposition was the cold weather. That's why we had the 30-day barn/cabin bill, because we're trying to beat the winter storms, which in Mississippi, we're in Mississippi, which they come around January, the end of December, beginning of January through February. And then come March, it's springtime already. It's time to plant your garden. The ground starts to warm up. But yeah, so we started digging holes. We brought the tractor in, put the dirt in the bucket of the tractor, loaded it on the trailer. And then from there, after we got all the holes dug, well, first, actually, we squared everything up. You know, I forgot about that step. We squared everything up, and then after we squared everything up, then we pulled the camper in. You know, we brought the camper in because we actually at that point were beginning to move down here, and we moved down here and brought the camper down and got it set up to see was it gonna fit in the little squared off section that we squared off and measured out, because that was the goal, was to have this cabin, you know, slash barn, you know, have the camper fit inside of it, you know, so to be able to protect the camper from the elements and from the rain and all those type of different things, so that, you know, when we got ready to sell the camper, when we got done with it, we'd be able to sell it and it'll still be in mint condition. So bagging up just a little bit, we brought the camper down here, got it in place after we squared up the barn site. And after we squared the barn site, then we dug the holes, you know, and did all that with the dirt that I talked about. And after we dug the holes, then we came in with the sonotubes, you know, y'all remember those videos where we got the sonotubes set in the ground, and we wanted to do 8-inch sonotubes, but we ended up doing 12-inch sonotubes because they didn't have the 8-inch in stock, you know, at Home Depot. And so we had to widen the holes out, you know, and that's where one of the first problems came in there on this barn build, because our brackets, you know, I know as you can see in the videos, are not centered, you know, in the middle of the sonotube, but they're kind of like over to the side, because when I widened out the holes for the 12-inch sonotubes instead of the 8-inch, because I dug the holes for 8-inch sonotubes, I dug them at like 10 inches wide, and I ended up having to dig them at like 15 inches wide, and I just widened it out on one side instead of widening it out, you know, equally going all the way around. So yeah, our brackets ended up being, you know, too close to the edge, but it worked out good. They're solid. And then after we you know, did the sonotubes in the ground, then came the concrete pour. The all night it was raining, you know, we just poured concrete. You know, I think it was 6 sonotubes that we poured concrete in, and it was like the bag or the directions on the sonotube said, you know, I think 2 or 3 bags of concrete. Ended up taking like 10 bags per sonotube on each 10 bags of concrete on each sonotube. And so we got the concrete mixed up. We mixed it all by hand. I think we mixed like, man, we probably mixed about a concrete truck load of concrete, and we mixed it all by hand, and we got it and poured in the sonotubes, and we got the brackets set. And after we got the brackets set, then we started setting the post, you know. And after we started setting the post, I started one early morning setting the post, and I think I got all the posts for this first section set in that first day. And I started framing the barn up, and I went up with my 20-foot poles. I mean my 8-foot poles on the edges, and then 12-foot poles, you know, in the middle. And then when I set those 12-foot poles, I realized that we would have some headspace. So I decided to put a loft on each side, you know, 2 half a lofts on each side of the barn. And so we got those framed up, got the barn framed up. Then because we went with a 20-foot stretch along this stretch here, we ended up having to add in some extra footers. And, you know, I know y'all saw that on the video, those extra footers. We poured just some little, you know, 1-inch footers in the ground. And then we put up bracing, you know, on the 10-foot, you know, into that 20-foot span, you know, just to make sure that we had enough bracing for our loss, because that was something that we didn't plan for in the beginning. And so we got that done, and then we just started framing things in. And, you know, towards the end, over the last couple of days, we've gotten the roof done on this side, and we've started on the roof on the other side. And that's kind of what we're going to pick up at today. I'm gonna just kind of walk you around and kind of show you, you know, what the barn looks like right now, what the cabin slash barn looks like right now. And then we're just gonna see, you know, how much we can get done before the end of the day today on this 30-day stretch, you know. And then I guess once this 30 days is over, because we're definitely not gonna have it done and dried in in 30 days. So I guess that's you know, we already know that already, you know. But we're gonna see if we can get this loft on the other side framed in. So I guess if you're asking the question, can I build a barn, you know, a 2-story barn slash cabin in 30 days? It's like, yes, you can get part of it built. You can get it framed up. That's pretty much what we've done in 30 days, is get it all framed in. And hopefully we'll be able to get done with this side of the roof over here today. And so we can say, like, actually that we framed in the entire barn slash cabin in 30 days. And we'll see about that drying in period. Maybe in another 30 days we can get it dried in. Now I think it's only gonna take about maybe a week or 2 to get it dried in, because we're just gonna dry in this first section up here in the front, and dry in those lofts, put up OSB and house wrap on those. This section back here where the camper is at, we're not gonna close it in completely. We might close in one side, this back wall here, to keep the wind off of it, but it's gonna be under cover, you know, of the roof. So we're not gonna close that whole thing in. So it shouldn't take too long to close in just this front section over here, you know, where we're gonna have the wood stove and things at. But let me just turn you around, give you a look at what things look like right now, and then I'm gonna get to work, and we're gonna see how much we can get done on this 30th day of this 30-day barn build. All right, so this is the back side that I'm gonna be working on today. As you see, the camper is gonna be covered up by this back section, and we're leaving plenty of room to be able to pull the camper out, you know, through the farm gates whenever we're done. And as you can see, I added an extra pole in here just to brace, because on the front what I did was I added a footer because we actually have a floor in that section, but over here we don't have a floor, so I just went ahead and add an extra pole. I put it in the dirt and got it tied in right there. You can see my 20-foot beam. I'm pretty proud of these beams that I made. These it's 20 foot long, and we ended up taking the two 2x6s and we put a 2x4 in the middle of them and made it into a 6x8. And so now it has, you know, a better load bearing capacity than it did at first, because it's just a 2x6 wouldn't have been enough. And you can see I have the loft up there framed out above the camper, because I'm gonna have to take it around the other side and kind of show you how these lofts are gonna connect. But it's gonna be a loft in the middle on this side, and then on this section here, there are gonna be 2 little 5-foot lofts on each end. And so what's gonna happen is, because my wife had a vision, y'all excuse the mess, but my wife had a vision about having the wood stove to where you could like look down on the wood stove. So that's what I'm trying to accomplish here, because this section here, just imagine this being open, this is gonna be open, and then this is gonna be open here, and then the sides. So it's hard to explain, but it's gonna be closed in all around, but you're gonna be able to get up here and sit down right there and then look down on the wood stove. And then we'll have like a, you know, this is our off-grid kitchen area. This is our deep freezer here. Let me show y'all that it's actually working. Because we're running this deep freezer off of solar. You know, we're actually running this deep freezer off of solar. And mostly, we plug it into the generator every now and then, but mostly we run it off of solar. And it's doing pretty good. We hadn't tried the refrigerator yet. And we hadn't tried the dryer and the washing machine. I'm pretty sure the solar is not gonna run the dryer, but it may run the washing machine. But anyway, so those are the lofts and the inside. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna end up connecting the camper to this part here. So it's kind of hard to explain, but I'm gonna bring the camper as close as I can get it to this section, and then I'm gonna frame kind of at the shape of the camper. You know what I'm saying? So that the heat from the wood stove, we're just gonna leave this door. I might actually take that door off, and we're gonna leave those windows open, and then the heat from the wood stove is gonna heat this whole section, heat these lofts, and the heat is gonna also push into the camper. And you know, the camper also has a propane heat, so we can heat the camper with propane as well. But that's the reason that we're not closing in this back section here, because I think it would be too difficult. You see our solar panel there, get some good old sun, nothing like it. But I think it would have been too difficult to try to figure out how to get the air gaps closed in, you know, at the bottom of the camper. So we didn't want to put a floor in, because, you know, the camper is there, and I really couldn't figure out a way to get it, you know, locked in, other than, like I said, I'm gonna move the camper close as I can to there, and then once I move it as close as I can to there, I'm gonna frame to where the heat won't escape. You know, we're gonna insulate everything and all that good stuff. So yeah, you can see the roof on this side, and the roof is gonna come down, attach in right there, and go over that part. And I'm gonna start working on that today. And you can see we have a little overhang here, and right now we just have black felt on top of the roof, and I have it tarred down real good to where there are no leaks. And we just use plexiglass. We just use plexiglass for our windows, because what we're gonna do is, like during the real cold days, we're gonna have a piece of insulation that just fits in right there, you know, coming from the inside, because this plexiglass is not gonna, you know, keep the cold out. And so we'll just have a piece of insulation that we cut out, and we already have it, you know, like I think it's a 1/2-inch piece of insulation that's gonna be cut out. This is gonna fit in right there, and we can take it out, you know, during the day when the sun is shining, and let some of the solar heat, you know, the little cabin or whatever. So yeah, that's where we at, y'all, on this 30-day barn / cabin build. And we've gotten pretty far. Like I say, where our goal today is to get done with that loft on the backside, and then start, you know, cutting the rafters for the roof on the other side. And hopefully by the weekend we can have, you know, the roof on the other side and the loft done, and have it sheathed and have that black felt over top of it. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go and get to work today. And this is the 30th day of our 30-day barn slash cabin build. It's fun and exciting. Let's get to it.
Heading back to what used to be home, passing by those little towns I know so well, stopping for gas and then I'm behind the wheel again. Driving is like a spiritual cleanse, where every mile is a new beginning and every bend holds a new end. Eyes on the road, don't lose control. I'm speeding fast to chase my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day. Neon lights in the fast lane, riding high, reaching for the sky. Got it all lost and fell back down again. Spent my time playing the game where every single day was a losing battle and every drink was a dead end. Eyes on the goal, don't lose control. I'm living fast, I've lost my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting.
All right, y'all. It was fun while it lasted, but the 30-day barn build slash cabin build is over. And that's how far I got right there. I was able to hang one roof rafter on this end, and I got the loft on that end hung. And yeah, so I was able to get one side completed as far as the framing. Well, I didn't actually complete the framing because I need to frame in the door and, you know, frame the camper in and get it set up to where it's connected to that first section. But I was able to move on and get this first rafter on this side done. And so from now on, you're not gonna hear me call it a 30-day cabin slash barn build. You're just gonna hear me say a cabin slash barn build. You know, no more 30-day deadline. And it was really just a fun thing that we did. And I don't know if we would have got as much done as we did without that 30-day deadline, because it really wasn't a real deadline. It was just, you know, something to, you know, encourage us and get us motivated, because we got to a good place. But I think Megan is about done with dinner in there. Might as well say it's dinner. Late lunch. And let's see what she got on the plate over here before we close out. All right, I was just getting ready to close out, and I told them I'm gonna let them see what you got on the plate over here. Oh yeah. So what you got?
Some mashed potatoes and gravy, some corn, and a little chicken patty.
Oh yeah, looks good. Looks good. All right, I told them that the 30-day. Oh yeah, I told them that the 30-day barn slash cabin bill is officially over.
Yeah.
And now
Cabin bill.
exactly, now it's just gonna be the cabin bill. I told them it was fun while it lasted. Yeah. So all right, y'all, we getting ready to eat a little lunch, as you see here. Lunch slash dinner. It's about 3:30. And yeah. So that's gonna be it for us for this video, y'all. It's I.A.G Farms. We'll see y'all on the next one.
I'm a rolling stone, bound to roam. Come the morning, oh, I'll be gone.